Hello everyone, Baseball over 312 here, and welcome to stage 13 of the 2015 Le Tour de France. Today's stage is 203 kilometers, and it's a bit hilly, but might be primarily a flat stage. There's four third category climbs, all in the second half of the race after the sprint point, and then a tiny little lip up to the finish. But I still think that the sprinters will be the ones that will be out there. Guys like Sagan, Degenkolb, even Kristoff will be up there, Michael Matthews, and we'll see what happens with them. I think they're the favorites for today. If a puncher really wants to go for it on one of those third categories, especially the last one though, they will definitely have a shot. We're in the race here, and as you can see, attacks are already starting to go off. Declan Hyman, Langeveld, Elmiger, Bach, new break shooting right past. A lot of guys today looking interested. There haven't been as many the last few days. Let's see who gets in it. As it's all back together, somebody else will have to attack, and somebody has. Two more people, actually. One of them is considered a race favorite. Hagedal. Hagedal, 31st overall. You know, he's lost a lot of time. He's no danger for the overall. But he could have been if he had tried. It's been a crash. Here's a crash. It's Ian Stannard, Kudus, and Gerard. Ian Stannard, very slow to get back on his bike there. He did, though, and everybody's back up. I don't know. A very interesting little crash. Peloton still chasing. It's mostly Omega and Tinkoff. Or, not Omega, sorry. Edix. Five guys up front. Tommy Voeckler, who's been in the break quite a lot recently. Tegent, Reblon, Hagedal, Dumoulin. Then followed by Durasek, Elmiger, and Cummings. But Edix do not want this to go. Then they stop caring. They did care for a while. Another attack from the Peloton. It's Perushin, and they do not want him to get away. Oh no, not him. You know, he's a major threat to the overall standings. And they just don't want that threat to be out there on the road. You know, he's just too strong. In 87th place, only an hour behind. Too strong. In a weird twist of fate, they have actually let Perushin go, so now it's a 9-man break as they've all come together. Tommy Voeckler, Steve Cummings, Martin Elmiger, Christophe Reblon, Tommy Tegent, Christian Durasek, Ryder Hagedal, Tom Dumoulin, and whatever his name is, Parrish. There's been a crash behind. Let's look and see. It doesn't look like anybody fell too hard because they're already all the way back here. Buhani making his way up, so maybe he fell? I'm not sure. Let's take a look, see if anybody... Matthias Frank abandoned! Matthias Frank has abandoned the race. Tanel Kangert, is he still in the race? Yes, Tanel Kangert has made his way back up. But, Matthias Frank, he's gone. He's out of the race. Very, very sad day for IM, losing their leader just randomly. It wasn't a huge fall. So, the breakaway is about to go through the sprint point. 2:30 behind is the Peloton. The breakaway won't really go for it, but the Peloton sure will. And MTN is on the front, and that makes sense because Farah has been doing very well on these, and he's right on Degenkolb's wheel as we go into this one. Greipel is actually up here this time, but it's going to be Buhani, it looks like. Buhani with a great jump, and he's going to pull it off. Maybe? Did he take it? Greipel got a couple of points. Let's see what the order was through the sprint. So, yeah, it was Buhani, then Farah somehow outsprints Degenkolb, so Degenkolb gets 4, Greipel, and then Henderson and Valgren. Again, Mark Cavendish not even trying. Who knows why. Really. There's been another crash in the Peloton. Everyone seemed to get up quick, but not Daniel Navarro, who, 91st overall, he had some aspirations, and his team aren't coming back for him, so... Yup, just another day in the Peloton. A lot of falls. So, 3.5k to go. You would assume that these guys are going to at least try to go for the mountains points, especially Tommy Voeckler, who is 8th now in the classification. I mean, he gets a couple of third categories, maybe move his way up to top 5 in that, and then go for it in the Alps. So, Edix Quickstep are saying that their sprinter is Uran, so that might be their problem. is that they think Uran is a sprinter, and it's really confusing them, which is why Cav hasn't been going for it. He's pacing. Cav has been pacing on the front. Anyway, Astana and Saxo do not want this to be an easy climb, and a lot of guys are looking like they're in trouble at the back of the peloton. All the GC favorites are trying to get near the front. They didn't really anticipate this, but that's what's happening. Who got the mountain points over the top of that climb? We did miss it. It was Steve Cummings ahead of it again, so Vogler didn't go for it. But we do have an attack. 60k to go. We already have an attack. It's Thomas again. Christoph Riblon follows him. There goes Elmiger. And the rest of the pack is willing to just go. These guys are not even trying. Now they're trying. The minute Parashin goes, like I said, Parashin is he's just the kind of guy that's, you always have to look out for. He's a real favorite, and he's a really strong rider. So you have to watch out for a guy like him. Especially in these inclines, he's a pure climber, and he's won quite a few Pyrenean stages in the past. So now we're just coming out of the Pyrenees. He's obviously strong. You don't want that to happen. You don't want a chance that something bad might happen. So we're on to the next climb, and it's Astana working really hard here. The real climbers aren't too worried about this. They're doing just fine. But it's going to be Astana who are plugging away at it. Grivko on the front, giving a really hard turn of pace. Meanwhile, in a shocking display, race favorite Parashin has cracked. I never could have thought that would happen, just crazy. Anyway, Tom Dumoulin. Tom Dumoulin's going for it. He's been caught, though. Steve Cummings is having a hard time on the back of this group. They're really just kind of scrambling here, which is weird. You'd think they would want to stay in contact for a while. Riblon goes. Durasek trying to match it. He can't. Only Ryder Hagedal can. Ryder Hagedal looks like he's going to jump him for the mountain sprint, but he's not going to. He's going to let Riblon take it. These guys already have 25 seconds. They're not getting back, I don't think. Meanwhile, Saxo have just stopped pacing. Yep, they just stopped pacing. Michael Rogers not really too concerned anymore, as they've caught Parashin, so now there's no reason to chase. 3 riders at the front. Again gets over. It's Riblon, Hagedal, and then you got Vogler, Durasek, and Dumoulin in the next group with Elmiger, and then Cummings. Parashin caught. Edix now taking it to the front for Uran. Now, why are they going for Uran? Who knows, but Cav certainly is not someone they're going for, because he's useless. And they want an actual, I guess they want an actual sprinter like Uran to sprint for them. Anyway, they're all back together at the front of the race. Well, except for Cummings, who's been caught. Louis Westress at the front. Second wheel, Alberto Contador. And there's an attack. It's Greg Van Avermaet. He's making a move for the stage. Then Malama follows. No GC threats. Guessing. Simon Gerrans on the attack. Sammy Sanchez going on the attack. Astana just keeping calm. Not really trying too hard to catch up. But Peter Sagan goes on the front, because that makes sense, because it's not like he's a stage favorite. Okay. Greg Van Avermaet, Malama, Gerrans, they're all reaching the break very fast. And go straight to the front. Greg Van Avermaet sits on a second. Van Avermaet and Sanchez are from the same team, so that's definitely going to play a role as they try to move forward. I wonder who they're going for. Probably Van Avermaet. He's a much better sprint. Anyway, Louis Vester's on the front right now. It's over. The breakaway sat up. They couldn't take it anymore. Meanwhile, Lars Boom goes to the front. Louis Wester goes to the front. They sit up. Kreuziger attacks. Daniel Martin with him. Shades of the Mer de Huy and the Mer de Bretagne. Rigoberto Urán, who's been having his team pace all day for him, tries to attack, but he cracks. He can't take it. Quintana goes. Lars Boom trying to keep this in check. Where's Nibali? He's right there. Contador's right there. Where's Chris Froome? Where's Chris Froome right now? Chris Froome's all the way... No, that's not even him. Where is he? Where's Chris Froome? Where? Chris... What the... What? Is Chris Froome not in the race? Did Chris Froome abandon? Yeah, let's see what's happened here. There's no talk of crashes. Did Chris Froome fall in this? Andrew Talansky fell as well. Where's he now? Andrew Talansky, 6th overall, is all the way back here. Totally didn't even notice. Chris Froome has abandoned the race. Well, holy crap. I did not even notice this. Rodriguez is ahead. Chris Froome is here. No, he's not. His panel still comes up, but he's not in this race. He's abandoned the race. Nibali's still here. Valverde's still here. Talansky's all the way behind. Rafael Maica still here. Pierre Rolland ahead. Quintana ahead. Dan Martin ahead. Urán still here. All the other guys seem to still be here. What the hell? I didn't even get a notification. Anyway, it's Martin and Quintana up front now. They have 27 seconds on Rodriguez, Kreuziger, and Roland. Valverde makes his way across. Now it's Nibali who's on the front of the peloton himself, even though he's still got a couple of teammates there. He's trying to do the job himself. I think they're going to catch these two, but there's... Who knows if they're going to be able to catch him at the finish line, Quintana and Martin. They still have 30 seconds and about 40 on the break. On the bunch, I mean. As Urán tries to pace, but Pierre Rolland attacks again. 3K to go. They're going into the final climb soon. Nairo Quintana is right there. Dan Martin on his wheel. Dan Martin's just sitting on right now. He knows that he can get... Oh, God. He knows he can get whatever he wants. Quintana leads him in. There goes Michael Matthews. He's attacking. Now, Quintana goes. Dan Martin, he's trying to come around, and Dan Martin will take the stage. Quintana on his wheel, and Stybar will lead them home. Romain Bardet, Michael Matthews, Adam Yates, Thibaut Pinot, Joaquin Rodriguez, Pierre Rolland, and Rafael Maica. But what the hell happened? Chris Froome has abandoned the race. Okay. Like, what? Meanwhile, Andrew Talansky, not even trying. I don't understand why he's not trying here. You would think that he would want to try. It's just such a weird race. Just such a weird race today. Andrew Talansky is going to lose any hopes. 15 minutes in behind. For what? For what? His team didn't even drop back to help him. Now his team won the stage, but still. Well, Dan Martin wins the stage, and at the cost of his team losing their best GC hope. Of course, he's 10th overall, so he's still decent in there, but Talansky's going to drop like 15 places. Martin takes it with Quintana, and they gain 11 seconds on the other guys, so not really significant. Meanwhile, Alberto Contador is still the race leader. Chris Froome out of the race, just inexplicably. Vincenzo Nibali moves up onto the podium. Everyone moves up at least a spot, and Dan Martin climbs up 2 spots. Degenkolb still in the points jersey. Tyler Farrell almost catching up on Kristoff and Rodriguez. Cav still right there. I mean, he could still win the points jersey if he, at all tried. If Quickstep didn't think that their sprinter was Uran for a reason that exists, I don't know. Oh, we accidentally missed polka dots, but that hasn't changed. Quintana, he gains 11 seconds over Kelderman today for the white jersey. So he had a good day today, but this isn't his type of terrain anyway. It's a little weird that he did this. And Tinkoff will keep that jersey. So let's see the shakeup on the GC. 3 riders withdrew today. Matthias Frank, Sebastian Langeveld, who was attacking earlier, and Chris Froome. Chris Froome just abandoning. We did not see the crash, so don't know what happened there. Andrew Talansky drops from 6th place on GC all the way to 24th on GC. That's a horrible day for him. But not a horrible day for Garmin because they do take home the stage. So, very, very, very mixed bag for them. They got the 2 extremes. Their GC contender loses all hope, and they win a stage. I don't know. I don't know which one they'd be happier with, but definitely a conflicting day for them. No shakeup on the GC. Tomorrow's stage is a bit steeper. It's not we're not yet in the Alps, but a 2nd category, a 3rd category, and then another 3rd category. Is that 2nd category? Who knows? But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting climb to the finish. A guy like Dan Martin would be the favorite once again, with maybe Perito or Valverde. We'll see what happens. This is Baseball Over 312, signing out.